You are now listening to the Jay Porks Experience. Listen free on iTunes or at theandydareshow.com. Now, here's Jay.
Yo, fuck goes on, people? Welcome to another edition of the Jay Porks Experience. I'm Jay Porks. With me, as always, behind the glass every week, helping this become a well-oiled podcast machine, is nobody. Got a few things to get to. A few things from last week that I got annoyed about that were done happening after I hit record. So we're gonna get to them today. Today on today's show, but first, I'm gonna give you a list of the websites I need you to go to help keep me in business. ConcertConfessions.com. It's your source for live music, news, and reviews. For fans, by fans. I need you to come join our family. Because who doesn't want to be one of the cool kids in the cafeteria, sitting with the cool kids at their table? Who doesn't want to do that? I don't know. So come join us. Hit me up on Twitter at JPorks. Ask me what you need to do to become a member of our family, and I will walk you through that. Because, like I always say, I've met all my best friends on the internet. So, you might as well too. Meet some cool people out here. Let's continue with the Concert Confessions for a second. When you're at ConcertConfessions.com, live music, news, and reviews for fans, by fans, what I need you to do is find the Amazon ads along the side and click on them. And instead of buying stuff on your own by just going to Amazon, do it like that. Buy them through there. Because you're going to buy stuff anyway, you might as well help your friends out. Because without friends, what are you doing? I mean, I always say if I would help you out if I was the kind of guy who had money to buy things, but I don't make any types of money. I make no types of money whatsoever. So I'm not in a position to buy things. But you are. So buy some stuff. And you go to theandydareshow.com. Don't forget the. And you're going to do the same thing with those Amazon ads. Besides listening to all the awesome podcasts, besides listening to Smooth Operators with Tyler and Andy, besides listening to the flagship show, The Andy Deer Show, besides rocking with the Jay Pork Experience weekly, what I need you to do is click those Amazon ads as well and buy stuff through there. Because I got to find a way to make some money complaining. If I don't, then it's slinging Italian food for the rest of my life. And nobody wants me to do that. If you read any of my tweets, and you read any of my Facebook statuses, you know that I am a sad, sad individual. So I could use a better job. I would love it to be this. So let's try it. That's theandydareshow.com. And he edits all the podcasts for me. So go there because he's a buddy. And go there to listen to his podcasts. He's coming up on episode 100. So do that. Go to ChristinaRocks.com. She hosts the Time Warp 89X in Detroit and simulcast live across the world. And she was on a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about stuff. That was fun. So what I got at ConcertConfessions.com, TheAndyDeerShow.com, ChristinaRocks.com. Also with with Concert Confessions, we had a bunch of things going on. A couple of days ago, we had The Natural Stoner and Mr. Sparkly, aka the Slurry Baron. We had them at the Meat Puppets in Spokane at the Hop. It was originally supposed to be the center. They got moved to the Hop. They were at the Hop. Maybe some videos and some photos and words show up at ConcertConfessions.com sometime today. Hopefully. They might not. I don't know. Also, our founding father and fearless leader, Reverend Justino, went to see the awesome band known as Pearl Jam. And I think he was too far away to write it for AQ, so he's going to write it for Concert Confessions. I think. Unless, parenting and life happens, then you don't do it. It's okay. But I need everybody to join our family so you can help us out with help supplying content daily. This is all for all you journalism majors. It won't hurt you. This isn't painful. Also, I need you to go to anniequiet.com. That's your source for quality. And what you're gonna do is there are a couple articles up right now. Well, there's tons of articles always up, but what I see right here is Moist Boys 2013 December tour dates, written by, who's this asshole? Oh, Jay Porks, that guy. So go read about that. Also, Arcade Fire, their new video is terrible. That's what this headline says. I didn't read it yet or check out the video. But I'm glad we got to Arcade Fire because I'm about to jump into them. Hi, Arcade Fire. How are you? I'm not rescinding my buy your album recommendation. I'm not doing that. But what I definitely am doing is laughing at you for asking your fans to show up to your show dressed in quote unquote formal attire. You know, like a button up and slacks, I guess, or a funny costume. This idea that this in any way is supposed to be funny when it's a day that's not Halloween is absolute lunacy. This thought that people who shelled out $50, $60, $70 plus fees, whatever it was, to see Arcade Fire, that you think these people are going to go get suits fitted, tailored for them. You think they're going to do that? You think, and dear the people who think people like me are dumb for getting up in arms about this. No, this is stupid. If you want me to dress up, give me a discount off the ticket. Pay me. If you want me to wear something, when I order the ticket, I'll send you my size, like my pants size and my shirt size, and you can send me whatever you want me to wear. You're the big rich rock band with millions of dollars, not me. Am I participating in the show? I'm in the fucking audience. You think I'm gonna wear a suit? First of all, let me just say this. As much as I suggest you go listen to Arcade Fire's album Reflector and buy it, I'm not going to see that. You think I make that kind of money to see Arcade Fire? I don't even make the kind of money to afford to see Joseph Arthur at City Winery on the 1st. Like, I don't even make that kind of money. I make no types of money. So me, I got no shows purchased right now, but Arcade, if I was to go see Arcade Fire, I might wear flip-flops just because they said this. Are you kidding? Are you joking? Like I said, if you want me to do that, here's a good idea, because you're the big rich rock band, not me. You guys have millions and millions of dollars. You guys can probably afford to dress up your audience. So why don't you send me whatever you want me to wear, and I'll wear that. I'll wear that to the show. Do that. And we'll send the clothes back after the show. Make there be a place you dump the clothes after the show, and we'll go home naked. I don't know. Point is, I'm not wearing a suit to your show. I'm not even wearing a suit. I barely wear a suit to a wedding. Well, it's not true, but the old me would. The me that had no shame. Also, last week, I saw a bunch of headlines. It's actually 7 days ago, I think. If I'm counting right, math is not good for me. We were celebrating the anniversary of the Nirvana Unplugged in New York, 20 years since it happened. We were celebrating it a month before it actually aired on TV. We celebrated the taping. A bunch of websites rolled out their anniversary articles. A lot of websites rolled out their anniversary articles and went really skimpy on the mentions of the Meat Puppets in those articles, and I'm going to say that. To mention the Meat Puppets for one sentence is insane, when the Meat Puppets are probably... Those 3 songs are what made that Unplugged what it is. The way once the Meat Puppets were on board, once they realized they were covering the Meat Puppets, then it was open season. I mean, that changed everything. So don't you dare only mention the Meat Puppets in one sentence. And we were celebrating all the headlines, 20 years since the Unplugged. Newsflash, people, People like me and people like you didn't see the Unplugged till December 14th, 1993. That's when it aired on MTV. The only people celebrating an anniversary on November 18th, 1993 are the 100 or so people that were in that room that day. I can call Chris Kirkwood and ask him his thoughts. He was there. Don't be somebody who's younger than I am writing articles about the best moments of the Unplugged 20 years ago. And here's the thing, they're going to do it again on December 14th. You have to pick one. You have to pick one date to do it. You can't do it the 18th of November and then again on December 18th, because I bet you that's going to be on whatever brand of MTV plays music. Do they have any channels that play music? I bet you that's going to be on TV. Access TV or something. It's going to be on one of these channels. Fuse. And I bet you they'll go skimpy on the Meat Puppets too. Because people don't know music at all. But anyway, the anniversary was not November 8th. That's the anniversary of the taping that 100 or so people, the fans, the people performing, and the producers got to see. Nobody else saw that. There wasn't a tape leaked. There was no tracks leaked given to radio stations. There were no previews. There were no nothing. So stop reaching for hits on a slow news day. Like, that's why you don't see me post. I mean, I would post more news if I didn't just feel like it was all crap. I really would. But I don't wanna waste any website's time, whether it be Concert Confessions, Annie Quiet, jporks.com, whatever sites it is. I don't want to waste the time and space reporting just to reach for things. Mark my words, December 14th, we're doing that again. Mark my words. Also, this week is JFK week, 50 years since his assassination. I would talk more about it, but if I share my feelings for more than 30 seconds about it, the government's going to kill me exactly like they killed him. So what I'm going to do is just tell you that you can go to YouTube and do Bill Hicks JFK and watch the 6-minute video of what Bill Hicks has to say about it, because that basically sums up how I feel. You can watch Oliver Stone's JFK, and you can watch PBS Frontline's the Jim Garrison tapes. That's on YouTube too. Watch those things. I mean, don't listen to what anyone has to tell you. Watch a whole bunch of documentaries on it. That's what we do. That's what I would say. And also, Thanksgiving's around the corner. Thanksgiving is coming up this week. And I gotta tell you something. I fucking hate Thanksgiving. Besides the family part that I can't stand. Besides, I mean, now NFL games on Thursday are common, but back in the day when it used to be Thanksgiving, you're eating and you turn to the TV and there's football on. It just feels weird to have football in the middle of the week for me. And turkey. Turkey is, let's talk about what turkey is for a second. Turkey is bad chicken. What? How do people like this? I wait around all year thinking about turkey, and then I bite into it and I think, this would be good if it was chicken. It looks like chicken. It flies, doesn't it? I don't even know if chickens fly. It's a bird. What? I mean, why does it suck? I don't like a lot of Thanksgiving items I don't like. Cranberry sauce I can do without. I can do without the forced family interaction. That's the worst. It's one thing to spend time with your family. It's another thing to be obligated to because your job's closed and your schools are closed and you have no escape. No escape. And you can hear the fear in my voice as Thursday approaches. Oh boy. But I mean, stuffing, big deal. I got stovetop in my house like year round. What is the big deal here? And we're celebrating the anniversary of Columbus coming and inventing slavery. That's basically what we're celebrating. I love this. I remember when I was a kid and the fairy tale was the Pilgrims and the Native Americans used to the the story was that they had Thanksgiving dinner together, the feast. They had it together to giving thanks. When the fact of the matter is that the Native Americans served the Pilgrims Thanksgiving dinner after the Pilgrims came over with Christopher Columbus and pretended to and discovered America for the second time. Because if they had discovered America, then wouldn't America not be named after some guy named America? Just saying. Wouldn't we be in Columbia? Plymouth rocked my ass. So Thanksgiving, if you think about it, celebrates the birth of slavery in America, not Columbusa. So there's that. I mean, I got things I give thanks for. I give thanks that none of my friends like Pearl. Wait. I give thanks that I have a great job. Loving girlfriend. What do I have? I got a podcast. Yay! I got that. And I'm doing it right. No, but really. Giving thanks. Thanksgiving is here. So what I want you to do, here's your homework for today. Your homework is to go on Twitter, go to JPorks, at JPorks, you find me, and I want you to tweet at me things you're thankful for, or things you think I should be thankful for. Because it's all in the holiday cheer after all. And after that we have Christmas. Earlier today I had on my Facebook page, I had my status was, this is the thread where people are going to give me podcast ideas for today. And out of my 200 and something friends, 4 commented. And they're all getting shown love here. My friend Lisa said Katy Perry, but not her boobs. They are fabulous. She might have meant, but not her music, her boobs. But I'm not going to really talk about her music. I'm going to talk about her boobs. They are fabulous. No, but Katy Perry actually did something a couple of years ago. She was in the BBC Radio 1 lounge. And if you go to ConcertConfessions.com and search Katy Perry, you'll find it. She covered track 3 from that Jay-Z and Kanye West album, Watch the Throne. And she was rapping wearing a Yankee hat, and it was freaking hysterical. Ball so hard mofos won't find P. My buddy Deb wrote, the fact that not enough jukeboxes have Johnny Cash in them. I believe they should have more. Why don't enough jukeboxes have Johnny Cash? I'm not a big jukebox guy. Whenever I'm at the jukebox, I'm the kind of guy who puts $10 in and plays the Meat Puppets and ruins everyone's night. Because that's how I roll. But yeah, put more Johnny Cash in them. Usually, a lot of them are computerized now. A lot of places you just go and you plug in your iPod. I mean, I was at a bar and this chick had her iPod plugged into the speaker that was hooked up to the jukebox. I think that bar is closed. Yeah, it was next door to my job. It closed. I don't go there for my jacket diet anymore. My buddy Rod, who I meet at all the Meat Puppet shows, he said the Filthy Rich. I've mentioned Pearl Jam a couple of times, so the Filthy Rich have been discussed on this podcast already. And my buddy Eric, in capital letters, says legalize marijuana. I agree. They should do that. They have in 2 states, Washington and Colorado. And if anyone wants to PayPal me some money to be able to move to one of those states, I would love that. So there's that. See? If you become my friend on Facebook, facebook.com/jporks, you can get in on this. So you're tweeting at me things you're thankful for, things I should be thankful for. We're gonna do a buying or not buying today. Buying, buying or not buying. I swear I'm gonna get sound effects, but not yet. Not yet. 12 episodes in and I still don't have sound effects. This morning I was listening to Brett Garowitz on the Bullseye podcast. I don't know the host's name. It's escaping me. It might be a podcast or it might be a radio show. Anyway, it was the Bullseye show. I'll post a link to it on the notes on the show notes section. And they were playing cuts from Bad Religion's Christmas album, which when you hear those words, those 4 words, Bad Religion's Christmas album, you go a little nuts on the inside. But in all seriousness, that is some funny shit, and you should buy that when it comes out, or if it's out already. I'm really not sure if it's out. You can probably pre-order it if it's not. If it is, I'm sure BadReligion.com has a bunch of that. It was funny how Brett Garowitz. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I follow him on Twitter. Yeah. It's funny how he's in a punk band, and he was talking about early punk from the Stooges, and then he jumped to 90s punk, Green Day and the Offspring, without even touching SST. Without even touching it. He didn't even mention Black Flag. Didn't mention the Meat Puppets. Didn't mention the Minutemen. Didn't mention Husker Du. None of that. Sonic Youth. None of that. Even though Sonic Youth isn't really a punk band, they're kind of a new wave band, experimental. Yeah, it's all the same. It was funny how he skipped the 80s. Like, I don't know what he was doing. So there's that. So tweet at me at JPorks. Just tweet at me music I like. Don't tweet at me music I hate. Seriously. Please. Please don't do it. Alright, so go to theandydeershow.com. Go to the podcast app on iTunes. Subscribe to this. Listen weekly. Because I am never, ever, ever going to run out of things to complain about. Never, ever. I will always be pissed off. And I will always be here. You can go to ConcertConfessions.com. That's your source for live music, news, and reviews for fans, by fans. And I'm seriously, dead serious about you joining our family. Because if you figured out how to listen to this and you made it to the end of my podcast, then you're already smart enough to do it. And if you go to school and you're taking journalism and stuff, it won't hurt you to participate in reporting on the internet now. Go to Antiquiet.com, your source for quality. Read my Moist Boys article. Click on it as many times as you can. Go see the Moist Boys live. I would go see them, but Dean Ween tells Dean Ween. He's not Dean Ween in the Moist Boys. He's what is it? What is he? Dick something. They're weird fucking guys. They're weird fucking guys from New Hope. But I hope I want to hear that new album, Medusa. The Bullseye podcast is with Jesse Thorne, by the way. And that's also on iTunes. Also, go to Antiquiet.com, read my Moist Boys article. Click that as many times as you can. Make it seem like more people are reading it than they actually are. Also, go see the Moist Boys live. I'd go see them, but Dean Ween has this thing where he wants you to put down your phones during the Moist Boys set. At least when they played John and Peters a few weeks ago, that's the memo that was given out. I need you to put your phones away while the set's going on. Not Dean Ween. He's not Dean Ween in the Moist Boys. He's Mickey Moist, and the other guy's Dickie Moist. They're just some really weird guys from New Hope. But when they played John and Peters, there was a thing, put your phones away, and I was kind of like, that's retarded. And then my friends will tell me, no, it's not. It's not stupid. Everybody's on their phone at shows, and listen. I'm not complaining that I can't look at my phone. I don't think I can look at I don't want to look at my phone when the show's going on. But if you tell me no phones, my camera can get confused as a phone from the stage. So when I hear no phones, I think, great, I can't use my camera either. I have no desire to use my phone during. If I'm enthralled in the show, I'm not gonna. I'm only using Twitter during opening bands I hate, and long rides home. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at jporks. Tweet at me music I like. I said that already. AndyQuiet.com, ConcertConfessions.com, ChristinaRocks.com, TheAndyDeerShow.com. You could subscribe on iTunes. You could listen free on iTunes. And any website I work for, you go to the Amazon ads that are there, whether it's TheAndyDeerShow.com, ConcertConfessions.com, JPorks.com, wherever it is, go to the Amazon ads and buy stuff through there. So your homework is tweeting at me things I need to be thankful for, and I also need people to tweet at me good music and tweet at me, anything you want me to discuss. I will open it. I will open it up to you people. Because I could get into the shows. I could get into all the shows I've been to, but I don't want to bore people. People like to hear me complain. They don't want to hear me tell stories. They want to hear me cry and bitch and moan. And trust me, I got plenty of that. I'm your man for that. You hired the right guy if you need somebody to bitch and moan for a half hour a week. That's me. This guy. Hand raised. So go see the Moist Boys. Just don't bring your phone. And you should go see them and file a report for me. Also, coming back to Concert Confessions in 2014, if I'm allowed to do so, which I think I am because it requires no work from anyone else besides me, as seen on TV. Back in 2012, when bands were on TV, we used to cover it on ConcertConfessions.com and post a video and post a little, paragraph, whatever, and share it with the world. Then a lot of crappy bands started playing TV, and I didn't want to do it anymore because all these bands sucked. But now I'm thinking, bring it back and make fun of the bands. Because you know what? We can make a shorter list of bands I like than bands I hate. So if a crappy band plays on Letterman, we'll bring you the video. We'll bring you the linkage to all that. But you might get a paragraph from me about how I think that band sucks. You might. And I might want you to help out with this. Work for Concert Confessions from home. Find out how. Hit me up at jporks. Anyway, next time we talk, it's going to be Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving. I need you guys to have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you're looking for something to listen to during your dinner, during your feast, may I suggest you rock with the J-Pork Experience. Because, what else is going to have you choke on stuffing, right? Anyway, like when Hank Moody finishes a book. Whiskey, Weed, and Warren Zevon. Late.
This has been the J-Porks Experience. Thank you so much for listening.